Elsewhere today, it finished Italy 1, the Netherlands 1. Gab Marcotti back from holiday with a bit of a kind of crazy professor vibe to reflect on this game. Gab, big takeaway?
Big takeaway is, look, Mancini tried to put a positive spin on this afterwards, saying, well, look, for the first time in history, when an Italian team played a Dutch team, we forced Holland to go and change the way they played. We forced them to switch to a 5-3-2. The last time these guys played in Amsterdam, Italy had the bulk of the possession, and I think it's fair to say ran Holland pretty ragged. In this return leg, Holland went more defensive. On balance of the game, maybe arguably could have gotten more than a draw. Italy fluffed a number of clear-cut chances, well, two at least with Ciro Immobile. But Holland defended very, very well. So I think it's still all to play for, but it's Poland now who, of course, are in the driver's seat.
Oh, Gab, I love you're taking this league so seriously. From a Dutch perspective, of course, Frank de Boer still without a win.
Still without a win, but, you know, I think it was... he showed at least he can put a Holland side out there that can defend. He showed the courage to move away from you know, the 4-3-3, which has been mantra in some Dutch circles for a while. I think both these teams took it very, very seriously. I think, you know, the teams that tend to say, oh, we didn't take it too seriously are the teams that end up losing.
True.
I'm a fan of the Nations League, as you know.
I know, indeed, Gab. And a fan of Ciro Immobile as well. Domestically, scores goals for fun. Internationally, we don't quite see the same player.
No, that's right. Two bad misses in this game for Ciro Immobile, which obviously would have changed anything. Look, he's a center forward. His job is to score goals when the service is there. They provided the service. They had, he was set up very nicely twice, and he didn't convert. This is an issue. This is unlike past Italy teams where, you know, the strongest area of the pitch is probably the midfield, although not tonight, because other than Barella, both Verratti and Jorginho, I thought, really struggled against the Dutch. It's something that, you know, the guy scored 36 goals in Serie A. Most of the international opposition that he faces, generally the defenses aren't going to be as good as the ones he faces in Serie A most of the time, and yet the guy can't buy a goal. I can only assume that, you know, it's luck and it's happenstance, and at some point the goals will come. And I do think also it is important. It's not all down to him. He's a guy who works extremely hard off the ball, and I think it's up to other people to pick up the slack if he can't find the back of the net.
Elsewhere, Gab, I've got to ask you about the reaction in Italy. Was it confirmed today that Juventus were awarded a 3-0 win after Napoli didn't turn up for their clash in Turin? Napoli deducted a point as well.
Well, I think the initial reaction, obviously Napoli saying, oh no, we're going to appeal this. And, you know, there is a lengthy appeals process. So I think, you know, this sentence probably won't be set in stone for maybe another 4 to 6 weeks, maybe even longer. Without getting too much into the legal details, but the tribunal found that yes, it's true that Napoli were told you shouldn't travel, but that happened after they had already decided not to travel. The early instructions that they were given by the local health authority was that no, it's fine for you to travel. You should follow the protocol as laid out by the government and by the FA. For whatever reason, they did not travel. And then later, when they asked the local health authority again, they said, oh, no, you need to stay home. Napoli are going to try to prove the opposite. They say that they have evidence. They say that, you know, they have booked COVID tests in Turin, that they were all set and ready to go. And ultimately, that was the U-turn. Without reviewing the evidence, it's impossible to express an opinion. But I think it is really important to note that the reason these rules are in place is to avoid postponements, because it's a very, very tight calendar. And if this sets a precedent, if the court finds that, you know, Napoli were correct in this, then I don't see how you're going to be able to finish Serie A in its current format. I think at that point you're going to have to move to some sort of playoff system or something, because it's going to presumably be impossible to fulfill all the fixtures. And by the way, that's not just in Serie A. That's in most European countries because the fixture congestion is so bad going forward.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.